Hamilton has the best turnout, I think. Okay, listen, I want to tell you that Taha Zarouk's talk that he just made was excellent, and he's going to send it to me, and I'm going to send it to people in all the political parties during the election, including the government, and I hope that all of them will act on what you said, Taru. That was absolutely terrific. Okay, I would like you to know, thank you for coming here on Parliament Hill. As Safia said, it's wonderful to see so many be out in our Parliament buildings, even if nobody's in it today. It's really good that you're here. Thank you all for coming. One of you mentioned, I won't name her, but she mentioned yesterday that she was recently on the phone to family in Tripoli. They were scared and simply overwhelmed by the long weeks of Gaddafi-created mayhem in the capital. Misery and suffering, as you all know better than I do, are now everywhere across Libya. The world knows that many residents of, for example, Benghazi would have been slaughtered, hunted from door to door as rats, is the way Gaddafi put it. The French, and I see the Merci de France here, had not attacked his mostly hired-to-kill mercenaries advancing on the city. We have to stop them advancing on any city in Libya, I'm sure you agree. The UN adopted and the Canada proposed doctrine of responsibility to protect, applicable when regimes turn on their own citizens, is being severely tested across Libya right now, of course. We must be successful, dear friends, sisters and brothers, against a brutal regime which is almost universally condemned. All Canadians join with you, I'm certain, in mourning the loss of lives in this conflict, including those presumably caused by NATO pilot error in recent and earlier days. It seems clear that if Gaddafi, it would be terrible if it happened, if he kept power in Tripoli, he will seek to revert to his mad dog role in the Lockerbie bombing and much earlier international terrorism of earlier years. A way must be found under Security Council Resolution 1970 to continue to try to protect Libyans and to maintain pressure on those around Gaddafi to remove him, right? Including, of course, his sons. And I have to tell you, dear friends, that please forgive me for this, when I opened Canada's office in Tripoli in January of 2002, do you know who showed up for the event? Islam Saif showed up. And he made all the comments like democracy and freedom and human dignity. And as you all know, now he's talking about the last bullet. At least the director of the London School of Economics had the decency to resign when it came out that he had given a large grant to London School of Economics. And he is going to have to go too, of course. As all of you know, Gaddafi insists that his people love him. He refuses to take responsibility for his crimes. And dear friends, I saw a list of them this morning. They go on for pages and pages and pages. The EU, the US, the UN Security Council, and other governments are now pushing, as you know, Gaddafi and his sons and other cronies to go. Let's go! The EU, whose members have strong trade ties with Libya, adopted sanctions against Gaddafi, including an arms embargo. Italy has suspended a non-aggression treaty with Libya. France has sent medical aid. Germany has proposed suspending all Libyan financial transactions with European banks. And I must add that Turkey has sent a ship. I know how strongly you feel about what the Prime Minister said, and there were 5 of us with the Turkish ambassador yesterday making those points to him. Okay, the Americans, I'm just about finished. The Americans have closed their embassy in Tripoli and imposed unilateral sanctions, already freezing $30 billion in assets, presumably from Gaddafi, stolen from the people of Libya. Secretary Clinton said Washington was making contacts with the rebels to, quote, offer any kinds of assistance. Both are presumably intended to get Libyan military leaders in Tripoli to think about their allegiance to the regime and to think about their rendezvous with the International Criminal Court if they continue to stay with Gaddafi. Luis Moreno Ocampos, the prosecutor for the International Criminal Court, has said that he is 100% certain that members of Gaddafi's regime, no doubt including him, his sons, and others still in the inner circle, will face charges of crimes against humanity. Yes. He has also said that he could be guilty of war crimes, a separate category, if they attack citizens in the city of Benghazi or I'm sure any other place in Libya. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Safia, very much for all of you for letting me come here, for letting me speak early in the program. Sorry to rush off, but I have a flight to Brussels to catch at 3, and there's going to be a meeting, you'll be glad to know, in the European Parliament, and one of the subjects we're going to talk about is democracy in Libya. And you can be sure that I will tell them about all of you being here today and how strongly people in Britain and France and around the world from Libya feel about this matter. So the world has to do a lot to support the citizens in Libya and across North Africa and the Middle East. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I just want to say, I'm sorry for keeping the Honourable David Kilgore here. I just want to present the Canadian and Libyan flag pin as a present, and we're sorry we couldn't get anything more, but this is our present from us to you.
The Libyan Council! Recognize! The Libyan Council! Recognize! The Libyan Council! Recognize! The Libyan Council! Waalaikum! Waalaikum assalam!
I'm 5. My mom's from Canada and my dad's from Libya. And I am a Libyan Canadian. I want Gaddafi to leave because he's hurting people and because I want to see my dad's grandmother.
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!
Down, down, Gaddafi!
Down, down, Gaddafi!
Up, up, Libya!
Up, up, Libya!
1, 2, 3, 4. Gaddafi, no more!
Gaddafi, no more!
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!